Welcome back to the Spring Boot tutorial. In this video, we will discuss about the at-response entity annotation with an example. So let's begin. So at-response entity annotation is also a part of the Spring framework. In fact, it represents the HTTP response as the name suggests. But it not only represents the HTTP response, it also represents the HTTP status code as well as the HTTP headers. We can even pass the HTTP status code and the HTTP headers. We can control any options that goes into it. But in case of at response body, we cannot do that. The at response body annotation only returns the HTTP response body. So using the at response entity annotation, we can control over the HTTP status code. We can control over the HTTP headers. So let's look at the example. So I have already created the project response entity. I have created the two packages, controller and entity. So inside the entity, let's create a new class. Let's quickly define the fields. Private string name, private string location. So let's quickly generate the setters and getters. I'll quickly create the constructor using the fields, and I'll quickly generate the toString. So let's save this. Now let's create the controller. I'm going to annotate this class with @rest controller. Inside this, I'll quickly create the method public, and this will return the response entity, which is of the type customer. Get customer. So let's annotate this with @get mapping annotation. The URI, which is /customer. So inside this, let's quickly create the customer object. Customer C is equal to new customer. So let's pass the customer name and the location. So now let's import the annotations, and now let's quickly create the HTTP headers. HTTP headers, I'm going to call this headers, new HTTP headers. Let me give some white space. So inside this, we can add any number of headers we want. This will take the key value pairs, headers dot add, and the key, which is, let's say we want to pass the token and the token value. So token value. Finally, we are going to return the response entity. Return response entity. Dot, we're going to pass the headers, and then we're going to call the body. Inside the body, we're passing the customer object. So we're going to return the response entity, and we're going to pass the HTTP status code OK, and then the dot headers, we're going to pass the headers inside this headers method, and then we're going to pass the customer object inside the body. So the response entity will return the HTTP headers, the body, and the status code. So let's save this, and now let's run the application. Alright, the application is started. Let's go to the Postman localhost 8080/customer. So when I click on this send, we do get the response, the name and location, and also you can see the HTTP status code, which is 200. And if you go to the headers part, and you can see the key value pair, we are passing the key as the token and the value as the token value. So like this, we can pass the headers inside the response entity. So that's the advantage of using the at response entity annotation. That's all about this video. I hope you guys understand the at response entity annotation. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.